to it. So now that Trooper Guarino has given us all the information we need when it comes to Brian's cell phones and, of course, the iPad, the infamous iPad. Now we're going to get to hear from the defense. They're going to have him on the stand, ask some questions, and they're going to talk about and get into how this investigation was handled. Maybe this is all building up to Yuri Buchanan and Michael Proctor coming into the courtroom. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Check this out.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I think I'm going to stay here for a while so we get a good recording. I want to talk to you about this
Thank you for that.
timeline, this date that you referred to. You applied for a warrant from 12/25 to January 8th of 2023, correct?
That's correct.
And when I said 12/25, of course, I meant 12/25/22, correct?
Yes, 2022.
And when you draft a warrant, you are the one that picks the dates, correct?
Depending on the investigation, it can be yes.
Okay. And you were asked that question, that you applied for the warrant, and those were the dates that you requested.
Yes.
Now, it's fair to say, isn't it, that once you began an investigation in a case, and if you learn more information, there's nothing stopping you from going back to a court and applying for a further warrant, correct?
It would depend because the courts have shown that we need to have a specific time frame, so I would need some information to show why I would need to go back to write for an earlier time.
Okay, well, but if you have that further information, nothing stops you from going back to the court and asking for a different warrant that encompasses different time periods.
Yeah, I could.
Okay, now, one of the things
What's your point, brother?
is that you don't have any information to tell this jury about of any of the data on the MacBook that originated before December 25th of 2022.
Jeez, man, that was rough.
Confused by your question, so sorry. Yeah.
That question was rough. He didn't know what he was
The
talking
data
about.
that you're telling this jury about today, you've said it a couple of times now, it's limited to 12/25/22 through January 8th, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So that's the data you're talking to them about, correct?
Yes, I only viewed that information.
You would agree with me, wouldn't you, that you have the entire contents of the MacBook, don't you?
I do have the contents.
And how far in date does the content go back on the MacBook?
I have no idea. I didn't look.
Because you limited your warrant to 12/25/22.
That's correct.
So if you thought, as an officer involved in an investigation, that there might be some important information that predates 12/25/22, you have every right, and there's a procedure for you to go back to the court and explain to the court why you think there might be more information back before 12/25, and see if you could get a warrant to cover that earlier information.
Yes, Guarino.
If I had information showing that there was more, then I could, yes.
Okay, and you never did.
I don't believe I had any other information showing that I needed to.
And you didn't have any information that you thought it would be important to your investigation to go back before December 25th, did you?
For my role, that's correct.
Okay. So, when we heard about, for instance, this Pornhub search that occurred on 12/27, remember that?
Yes, sir.
And we heard about some other Pornhub reviews, like Chattergate, correct?
That's correct.
Oh, no.
And something about Miss Bell, correct?
About what?
Miss Bell?
I don't remember it off the top of my head.
If y'all don't know what he's
Miss
talking
B.
about, then good job.
I still don't remember, but okay.
Okay.
That's funny.
I apologize.
I don't have that book up here to see it.
Let me ask you this. Do you remember seeing also a reference in the very same data that you've told this jury about that talked about a movie called, or something called, Slade Dominant Scarlet?
I would have to see it, but could I double check it?
No.
Well, this pedestal doesn't work quite right.
I have my copy. If you want to just tell me the page, I can look if that's
You know,
okay.
I do apologize. I'm going to give you the page in just a second.
Okay.
I don't know why.
832.
So they're basically saying, again, still trying to allude to the fact that Brian Walshe was totally cool and okay with being a CUC, y'all can finish it. And he didn't have a problem with his wife being interested in another man.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
What was it? I'm sorry.
832.
Oh my God. I at least that's where I think they're going. I hope it's not.
Oh, record 832. I'm
Record
sorry. I thought you said
832. No,
832.
it's on page 227.
Thank you. All right. All right, I'm there. And yep.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Sure.
So now I want to focus your attention to record 831
Yes.
on page 226.
Judge is trying to help him out. It's embarrassing.
Do you have that?
I do, sir. Thank you.
And it references something called Slade Dominant Scarlet Straps Cecilia. Right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you didn't testify about that to the jury, did you? Today, on direct examination.
No, I wasn't asked.
Okay. Morning. You would agree with me, wouldn't you, that when you look at these searches involving Pornhub, that in fact, there's a number of, and I keep referring to them as searches, but let me just ask you this. There's a number of web pages that refer to what I'm going to characterize as pornography, correct?
It's about 10.
This is wild.
And
It's a family show.
am I right to say that cheating wife reference, what's the entire title of the cheating wife reference?
Cheating wife seduces another man to impregnate her. Scarlet Scandal, Seth Gamble, Erotica X, Pornhub.com.
Do you have any idea how that particular porn movement, whatever it is, do you know how it came about?
The only thing I say is that Pornhub was viewed and that video was selected.
Okay. You would agree with me, wouldn't you,
family
that there is no specific search term for cheating wife, is there?
Well, it wasn't in a Google search. It was through Pornhub, so it doesn't record that.
Okay, so your answer is
So it was on the homepage, and he said, "Ooh, that looks interesting." Hey, yo, come on.
I agree with you, or yes.
That there's no specific terms listed. That is correct. The video was there. Clicked on it.
Because you've already told this jury, and they saw it in a number of examples, that when the user enters a particular search term, the user, that it's a particular word, and then there's generally a plus sign that attaches it to the next search term, correct?
Only in the Google search engine.
Okay. And with regards to this movie Cheating Wife, there is no indication that the term cheating or the term wife or anything else was used to get to that movie.
As I said, I can't view any terms that were put into Pornhub, so it only shows me that search query in Google.
And let me ask you this. Part of your investigation,
Brian was wild.
did you ever go and view some of that movie?
No, I did not.
Okay. But you did testify that there were times, like for other searches, you went and followed the document and the links, and you reviewed the document.
That's correct.
But with regards to this movie, you have no idea what this movie is about, correct?
That's correct.
And you don't know then, prior to December 25th of
Like I said, I
2022,
did not watch it.
how many times, whoever was looking at the macro, how many times they frequented movies at Pornhub, did you?
I didn't look at any data prior to December 25th.
Okay. And you don't know how long this person that was looking at this movie, how long they viewed the movie, or if they viewed it at all.
I do. It shows me a time frame of 7 minutes.
Okay, 7 minutes. And how long is the movie?
I have no idea.
So someone started watching that movie, they watched it for 7 minutes, and that was the end of it. Is that your testimony?
That's correct. And then I went to that Slade Dominant Scarlet video.
Okay, and that's Slay Scarlet. Do you recognize the fact that there is some actress referred to with regards to the cheating wife name that's also named Scarlet?
That's correct.
So it's fair to say, isn't it, that you have no idea as you sit here today whether the person who is looking at this porn hub video, if they're trying to get access to movies that have perhaps their favorite actress or anything else of the sort, do you?
I don't know who this person is, so I have no idea.
So your answer is no.
That's correct. I don't know.
Yeah, and I love how a defense attorney is acting like he's never heard of this before. It's like the video or whatever they search on this wife's, honey, I don't know what these websites are. Whatever you guys be doing, whatever it's called. Is it a video? Is it a live stream? What do we call it?
And quite frankly, Trooper, isn't it fair to say that when you open up some website like Pornhub, it comes open and it has all of these possible selections you can make?
I don't know. I'm not a peruser of Pornhub, but sure it has options.
So you have no idea what options were presented to the person.
Oh, man. Hey, if somebody's lying, let's play who's lying. Is it the attorney or is it Trooper Garino? Somebody's lying. I'm not a peruser of Pornhub. And then you've got the attorney that's like, these videos or whatever they are, I don't know. I've never seen them. Honey, I've never seen them. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is it Poran Hub? Is it Hoob? What is the name of this website? Who's lying? I think they both lying. Come on, man.
That opened up this page. Dude.
No, I don't.
Come on, guys. They both lying.
But yet, it was important enough to include it in the data that you put into that binder?
With the information that we knew, yes.
Okay. And that information, let's just cut to the chase here, is because of the word cheating wife, isn't it?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, so just the fact that there was a phrase involving cheating wife, that to you was something that, okay, let's just include that in all this data and throw it out. Correct?
No.
Okay. So you didn't take the time to look to see what the movie was about. I understand that, correct?
That's correct.
You didn't take the time to see if the
Proctor did.
actor in the other movie, Slay, Dominant, whatever, was the same actress in the other movie, right?
That's correct.
So you
Hey, y'all think Michael Proctor looked at it? Hey, yo. Michael Proctor was like, I think we need to do some further investigation here. I mean, he was looking on Karen Reed's phone. You don't think he was involved in this investigation? You think he went over there and said, well, I think we should probably look into this video just to make sure there's nothing that could help us in this investigation. This is wild.
really just said, oh, I see the phrase cheating wife, and so I think that's important, so I'll include it in my data.
I'm going to object, Your Honor. It's a time.
I'll see you at the sidebar, side of the bench.
The characterization is funny here for sure. Let's skip ahead. Yeah, Proctor was over there. Downloaded and everything.
First, my apologies, because I'm afraid that my question is misleading to the jury.
It is. It was very misleading to the jury.
This binder that has been marked as an exhibit contains the entire contents of what you found on the MacBook between the dates of 12/25/22 and January 8th of 2023.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So when I suggested in my question that you, sir, selected certain things, that is completely wrong, isn't it?
That's correct.
Okay. And so I should have used this word. You would agree that you were focused on, by the question, you were focused on the title cheating wife, correct?
Yes, I was asked that in direct.
Oh. But you were never focused on direct examination as to the other porn movie, the Slay Dominant or whatever the title is, correct?
That's correct.
And since you decided not to go back prior to December 25th of 2022, you really can't tell this jury how many times and how many different movies were viewed on this MacBook porn.
It's not entirely true.
Because of the 12 visits?
That's correct. So I could look at visits and it could tell me Pornhub is visited. I'm just trying to look here to see how many times. And then it would also tell me, the video would also tell me how many visits. But I'm not sure if that's the entirety of the Spire history or just what I've collected.
Right. You're not sure if it's the entirety of what? Finish that sentence.
The web history that's in the device, yes.
Y'all are wilding out, man.
That's correct. I didn't go back.
And can I just have a second, Judge?
Sure.
Take your time, brother. We're going to be here all day. It's the most interesting part of the trial we've seen so far.
So I want to ask you now some questions about what you testified to on direct examination.
Okay.
Let's just start with the iPad Mini 13, device number 5. That's been marked as Exhibit 81.
Man.
You told the jury about the events that you looked at, the event log that you created, correct?
Yeah, so it was an iPhone Mini 6, not a Mini 13. The phone was the Mini 13.
Okay. And well, you told us about Exhibit 81 being locked and unlocked, correct?
Yes, for the iPhone.
Okay. And you told us about how it could be locked or unlocked using either a password or face recognition.
Yes, that's correct.
And how long did it stay unlocked and then locked in the time period that you looked at?
I would have to see the report again, but I believe it's a couple minutes for each.
Okay. And did you ever determine what was being done on the phone during the time it was unlocked?
Again, I'd have to look at the Cellbrite report to see other activity or go through the timeline view to see what the phone was doing. I didn't do a full invest into the phone. Trooper Keefe did.
I see. So Trooper Keefe can tell us about that.
I think so.
All right.
Well, just ask Trooper Keith. Dang. God, this has been hilarious.
It's fair to say that using Celebrite, the software you told us about, you can create reports that include certain information and exclude other information.
Yes.
And you can create reports, so to speak, with the Celebrite software that are restricted by date, correct?
That's correct.
And you can do term searches, correct?
Yes.
Well, you can, yeah.
Well, I was thinking my question was going to be if you're doing like an entire phone search or you're just looking, say, messages or web history, because there's different places to search these terms or whatever you're looking for, say a phone number or whatever.
Okay. So you can decide what information you want to look at using Celebrite, and then whatever information you're looking at, you can dictate what terms you think are important to search for, and then you can search for them.
Yes, if I had specified terms that I need to look for, yes.
And did you do a term search on the MacBook for instance, divorce?
No. For the MacBooks, I didn't do any term searches. I just did by timeline from what was allowed in the warrant.
Are you aware of the fact that Well, let me ask you this. On that MacBook that you told us about sometime, the reference to divorce and all the things we heard on direct examination, that only occurred on 12/27 and 2022. Is that fair to say?
I can only say what I've looked for from that time frame. If anything happened prior, I don't know.
But my question is, what you testified to, the references that you were asked multiple times on direct examination regarding divorce only occurred on 12/27.
That's correct from what I have.
And what was the time period for where all those searches you told us about, referencing divorce, what was the time period?
I don't remember the exact time. I believe it was around 11 o'clock in the morning, but I could be mistaken. I would have to look.
What was the time period that was encompassed that covered the entire divorce searches that you referenced on direct examination?
As I said, I don't know the exact time. Would have to look to see.
And what time did those divorce searches that you referenced in direct examination, what time did they occur?
Again, I'd have to look at the notes to see the exact date and times.
But you would agree they only occurred on 12/27.
I believe that's the when they all happened, yes.
And one of the searches that you told the jury about had to do with something like 10 best states.
I think it was 5, but yes, 5 best states.
Did you take the time to look at those documents that were referred to those searches?
I don't know if I looked at all of the divorce ones. I did look at some.
And you would agree that if someone were to be searching for divorce, they could be searching for the topic of divorce and how divorce might affect protection of family assets. You'd agree with that, wouldn't you?
Could that?
Yes.
It could, yes.
And are you aware, Trooper, as you sit here today, that around that time of December 27th, are you aware of the fact that Brian Walsh and Anna Walsh were talking about the sale of one of their properties?
I did see Zillow searches in the MacBook for apartments in DC, I believe, but I didn't know anything about sales.
Okay, did you ever take the time to examine the phone that belonged to Brian Walsh?
Again,
Section has to form.
Is that
Sustained, specify what you're talking about, counsel.
This guy is.
what are the phones that you examined that were associated to Brian Walsh?
as I said, I only did a cursory look through the iPhone 13 regarding the device events, and that was about it.
So is that, would Trooper Keith know more about that?
Yes, he did most of the mapping. Yes, that's true.
So I guess my next question is, are you aware of text messages between Brian Walsh and Anna Walsh encompassing the dates of December 25th and December 30th of 2022?
No, there were none in the devices that I looked at.
So when you were asked questions about your review of the MacBook and references to the divorce on or around 12/27, you, as you sit here today, you have no idea what was going on in text messages between Anna Walsh and Brian Walsh.
That's correct.
It's actually a decent question.
And you said you reviewed some of the documents that were associated with the divorce searches. Did you see any documents that specifically referenced what states were more beneficial when it comes to fees and the timing for judgment nisi and things like that in the context of the divorce?
Unless it was listed on the webpage, I didn't see any specific searches for that itself.
And did you, as you sit here today, do you recall reading any documents associated with those divorce searches that had to do with protecting assets of family?
No, I looked at these years ago. I haven't looked at them since.
Hey, we're with you, Trooper Garino.
Those searches that you were asked about on direct examination coming from the MacBook and the data that you extracted. The many searches that had to do with Chase. You recall those questions?
The Chase Bank?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
And it's fair to say that by looking at the data that you based your direct testimony on, you cannot tell at all what specific data was being reviewed.
Again, if I can see the websites listed, sometimes it'll say you're in the accounts dashboard. It could list out, but again, I'd have to see exactly what you're describing.
Cooper, I guess the reason I'm asking, let me ask you this way. Okay. You investigate a case, correct?
Yes.
You're charged with looking
The judge is over there smirking.
at data like this, and you use specialized forensic tools to look at the data, correct?
Yes.
And you're trained to look at the data and try to interpret what the data is, correct?
Yes.
And then you share that information, don't you, with the Commonwealth, correct?
Correct.
And so now you were brought in here as a witness, and you were just asked questions about all of these searches that occurred regarding Chase, correct?
Yes.
And is it your testimony then today that the Commonwealth never sat down with you and said, tell us what you can tell us about what's being looked at on those Chase searches?
I wasn't asked to explain every Chase website to them.
But were you asked a simple question? Can you tell us what the person actually viewed with regards to a Chase account?
Again, if I see the data, I can explain it, but I can't say everything.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah. No, I don't understand your question then.
Well, have you sat down with the Commonwealth in the context of this specific case and those Chase searches and tried to explain to them what it is, as the digital expert in the case, what was being viewed on the Chase accounts?
Just that Chase had been, the website for the Chase account had been visited.
And that's it.
That's correct.
Good job. We got there. Finally. Let me know what y'all think about this so far. We're going to keep going with the rest of this cross-examination. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you think on it, Trooper Guarino is going to be up here for a while going through and covering all this data. I mean, we talked about Cornhub, a lot of information here. Hopefully the defense at some point is going to break this down for us, and so that we can figure out where they're trying to go with this line of questioning. Let me know what y'all think in the comments and in the chat.